Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today. So super exciting. We've never done a format like this, so I'm really pumped about this and getting to share this with you guys. Okay, so as you guys can see, this is a video chat. If you do not want your face shown, there's a stop video button in your lower left-hand corner. You can go ahead and click that, and then your video will not be shown. And we are recording this. This is for business purposes, and we want to be able to share it with everybody that couldn't make it on here with us today. And like she said, your line is muted. All right, so I'm just going to kind of dive right in here. My name is Nikki, and I am a Diamond Coach on Team Mamas with Muscles, and I am super excited to be here with you guys. I know a lot of people are like, okay, what in the world is this Beachbody thing? I am actually going to share my screen with you guys, and I'm going to flip over to some visuals so that you guys can check this out with me. Hopefully you guys can see if it will get, there we go. All right. So a little bit about Beachbody. I know not everybody is familiar with this company or what they do. So Beachbody, they are the creators of big names like P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Shakeology. I know a lot of you have probably seen infomercials about those things. And these programs were designed kind of as a one-stop shop for everything. And in an effort to end the trend of obesity, that's really what Beachbody is trying to do here. But in order to do that, they needed people out there pioneering for them, helping them, spreading the love about all these awesome programs and how to live a healthier lifestyle. And that's where coaches come in. That's what we do. We help people develop a healthier lifestyle, learn about fitness, and do it properly with support and accountability. So this is me before Beachbody. This is what life looked like for us. Not exactly the way life is today at all. And I joined in when I was about ready to go back to work after having baby number 2. I was dreading it. I had cried for weeks. We were not finding anybody that we wanted to keep our little one. We had no family around at the time to help us, and we were desperately looking for a different way. And so I saw Beachbody right before me. I had already been in contact with Dara. I had done her challenge groups and things like that. And I was like, this is it. This has got to be the better way. I didn't know what healthy was before Beachbody. I was an avid gym goer. I wasn't getting results. I didn't have that support and accountability. We were very unsure of our situation. We just knew that there had to be more out there for us, so we didn't know where it was at or anything. We felt stuck in order to pay off debt and all of those things. It was a vicious cycle. In order to do those things, we were away from home working more. It was taken away from our freedom. My husband and I picked awesome careers that had us away on the holidays all the time. It just definitely was a struggle for us to build the life that we felt that we wanted for our family and our children. It just wasn't all flowing. And Beachbody seemed to be that one-stop shop that could give us that outlet. Like I said, I'd always been into health and fitness. I loved it. And here I was able to get fitness, nutrition, support, rewards, like make a paycheck for doing something that I really love to do and help others. So it kind of took on a holistic approach for me, and it was just everything I needed encompassed in one. It was that outlet and kind of like the light of at the end of our tunnel, where we were like, this is it. This is what we need to do, and we need to move forward with this. And boy, am I glad I did. This is what life looks like a little bit now for us. I work part-time away from home. We are every month paying off debt, you guys, and doing that with me working part-time instead of full-time. That has given us more freedom than ever before. Yesterday, I was able to drop everything, take the baby, and go have lunch with Sissy at school. And it was awesome. She was surprised and excited to see us. And that is not something that we were able to do before. Most oftentimes, we wouldn't have had the money to buy lunch to surprise her with something, like Subway. And yesterday, I was able to do that. We have also earned vacations through Beachbody. You guys heard us at the very beginning talk about Punta Cana and how we have earned that trip. But not only that, I'm not just in great shape or in the best shape of my life after baby number 2. That's a huge perk, but I am happier. I feel like I have passion and purpose. and I'm more confident than I've ever been. I'm a nurse, so by career trade, so I like to help people. It's just kind of in my nature. But this gave me something that allows me to help people and also be there for my family, not taking more time away from them, but giving me more time to be with them and to be the mom that I truly want to be. I mean, as a little kid, that's all I wanted to be growing up, was a mom. And I'm finally able to live that dream while still providing for our family and not cutting us short financially in any way. In fact, if anything, it's only helping us in our situations looking better and better all the time. So these are some recent pictures of our now. I think you can clearly see the difference between our then. And here's a little bit about my transformation. The picture on the left, I was postpartum. I think I was about 4 or 5 months postpartum in that picture. And then the other picture was just recently. I posted this a while back, and one of the biggest things that people said was the smile on my face, that you could just see the confidence, you could see the happiness, you could see the change there. And there's the pregnancy journey, kind of where it has led me to now, as far as my physical transformation has gone. So what are the benefits? What's in this for you guys? Why would you want to join our amazing, awesome empire we have going here? Well, like I said, you get paid to get fit and healthy. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Your health is priceless, you guys. I know it may seem at times that it's not, but if you don't take care of yourself now, you're definitely going to pay for that later. It's really important. You also get to be your own boss and make your own hours. Like I said, I was able to drop everything and go have lunch. I created my own hours yesterday. I created my own hours today. I'm building this business around what works for me and my family. And we're doing it for a great cause. We're helping end the trend of obesity. We are helping others. This isn't just one-sided for us. This is us paying it forward to others. And it's kind of like an awesome cycle that we help others, they help us. It just kind of continues to go that way. We get awesome support and accountability, and make some of the best friends. Those kind of go hand in hand. This tribe of women is the most empowering group of women I think I've ever been around in my entire life. We lift each other up. We support each other. It's really hard not to radiate confidence around this group of women. It's pretty incredible. And we also get to work out with celeb trainers at these like fun little events, Summit, these trips that we talk about all the time. We get to work out with, Autumn, no big deal. Shanti, no big deal either. I mean, that's pretty awesome, you guys. These people created these programs and we get to work out with them live. It's pretty awesome to be able to do that. Like I said, confidence. Yeah, that's a huge one. And confidence isn't just a number. It's not just your pant size. It's not just a number on the scale. Like, this business is life-changing from the inside out. It's an inner transformation as much as an external transformation when you get going. Unlimited earning potential. It's definitely there. There's room for everybody at the top with this business. It is not just limited to the people that are already there. It is not a pyramid where they make all the money and people down here don't. Nope. Everybody with the proper skills, training, which you guys would have all of that, you are able to build your own business, create your own destiny, create your own income and financial freedom. And we also earn 25% discount on Shakeology and several other products. There's a few exclusions, but for the most part, we're able to earn discounts as well. I'm going to go ahead and stop my share now for you guys. But that's just my story. And there are so many other women out here. You're going to hear from 2 more amazing ladies that have very similar stories, but yet are so different. But it will show you guys how amazing this opportunity is. I really had no idea what I was getting myself into when I started, but I will forever be thankful that Dara let me tag along for 4 years and ask me numerous times before she finally got me to take that huge leap. And this opportunity, like, our life would not be what it is today without Beachbody. So I just want to pay that forward to all you other mamas out there and show you guys that you guys can do this too. I promise you, it's worth every sacrifice you may make. All right, Dara, I'll turn it over to you, Mama.
Thank you. How lucky am I that I am squeezed in between these 2 amazing ladies sharing their story and their success. I mean, like you said, you make sense. I'm just gonna mute. Okay. Just muting some background noise. Someone's jamming out. That's fun. But how lucky am I that I get to just, in the middle of my day, share my story with these two incredible ladies, and that I get to link arms with women every single day that are about empowerment and uplifting each other. I can't think of a better place. So I'm going to share my screen with you. We thought the visuals would be kind of fun. So here we go. Oops. Okay. So here is my family. I'm Dara Distel. I am a mom of two. I'm a wife. I've been with my husband for 17 years. And I am a Success Club legend, Superstar Diamond. We are a 3-time elite team, top 50 team. Basically, all of that means is that you are joining a team that has proven success. That if you come into this business and you come in with heart and belief, and I'll say I didn't start with a belief, but somebody believed in the person that invited me into this business, believed in me. So if you come in with a desire to change your life and a determination to stick through it and treat it just like you would anything else that you're passionate about, you can have all the success in the world. And so that's basically what that means, is that our team is awesome, and we wouldn't be here without each other. This has truly been a team effort. So my story is kind of like Nikki, I guess. They say you kind of, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. We kind of attract those that are like us, although I will say our team is very diverse. We have, women that are stay-at-home moms, like Whitney, you're going to hear from next, and full-time working moms, and people going to school, and people on their journey. We're always on the journey. People at different places in their fitness, different backgrounds. This is just not a one-size-fits-all approach. Anyone can really be successful. But this is my story. It really stems back from early on kind of childhood habits that carried on into my young adult years. So binge eating and emotional eating and negative self-body image, and really never feeling confident. I think a piece of that comes from just the hormones as a teenager. And I was just seeing if I could mute anybody else. I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Okay. Oh, right here. Okay, got it. So a lot of that is just kind of being a teenager and those crazy hormones, but a lot of it was, like I said, brought from my childhood and continued to progress, and kind of showed itself through alcohol and partying and smoking cigarettes, and just really in a negative place. And when I met my husband, he was into the gym. He liked to hit the gym, and so he got me into fitness in that way. But I think as a female starting, I wasn't at the level he was at, and so for me, starting at the gym was very intimidating. So he hired a personal trainer for me. So this personal trainer, we met a couple times a week at the gym, and he wrote me a nutrition plan, and it was great. And I really fell in love with fitness. Then I fell in love with the positive side effects from taking care of myself. But the thing is it's expensive. We couldn't afford, that was not a lifestyle. I couldn't just pay this guy till the end of time. And it wasn't something that was sustainable, especially as I became a mom. I mean, back then we were single, we were just dating, and it worked okay. But I realized that wasn't a permanent lifestyle change. And so, of course, as soon as I stopped having that accountability, I stopped working out with him, then the weight came back, and the negative kind of habits came back. And then we were going to get married, and my husband bought P90X. So right before that, I wanted to say some of the things that I have done to try to lose weight are, pills and shots and dieting and starving myself and, smoking and drinking, and, back in college, eating one meal a day was kind of it. And just these negative habits just really played a part in how I felt. I mean, we are what we eat, what we put in our bodies affects us on so many levels. And it just really started to show itself, and it was impacting how I felt and my performance in school and my relationship. And it just was a really kind of downward spiral with no end in sight. And so then my husband, we were going to get married, and he bought P90X. And that's really where I fell in love in that I could do the workouts from home on my time, and I didn't have to feel intimidated in the gym, and it just worked for me. It was really awesome. I could just roll out of bed and throw on some workout shoes and push play, and I got in the best shape of my life. because I got the meal plans and I had support and accountability, and I had a workout that I could do on my time without feeling intimidated at the gym. And it was something that was affordable for us. And so that's when I fell in love. And my coach, who I met in college back in our partying days in the dorm, was like, Dara, you need to be a coach. And I was thinking, no, I don't know about your weird scam, but I'm not buying into it. And it was funny because I've known her for 20 years and I trusted her. It was just that I was so uninformed on how this actually worked. And because I was uninformed, I had so many hesitations that just were not true. And so I told her no for an entire year. And during that year, she was the breadwinner, and she quit her full-time job. She was pregnant with baby number 2 when she walked away from her full-time job because she had more than replaced her income doing Beachbody part-time. They bought a home. They were paying off the student loan debt that we had, acquired. And she was doing everything that I wanted to do. And so it's kind of like, how long will you watch others do what you want to do? Like, how long was I going to just sit in the back seat of my life and let life happen to me before I just decided enough is enough? And so I was 3 months pregnant. I didn't even care. And I jumped into this business, and I was ready to change my life. Like, I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I thought, if she can do it and I'm seeing all of these other coaches do it, why can't I do it? And I stopped saying, why me? Well, why are all of these things happening to me? And why not me? Why couldn't this be my time? And I remember, the kind of the last straw is we were living paycheck to paycheck. Things were very tight financially. I mean, sometimes not even paycheck to paycheck, sometimes not even then. I remember this was back when, checks were not as restricted. I could write a check and know that it wouldn't be cashed until we got paid so that we could get groceries. And I remember selling a wireless router on Craigslist so that we could pay a bill. And so my husband, he got a swing shift job. He was working nights and weekends and holidays because that extra $100, $150, $200 meant that we could pay our bills on time, right? So he was working swing shift. I would go to work and he was sleeping off swing shift. And when I came home, he was already gone. So we were strangers passing in the night, never seeing each other. So you add the stress of finances and being in a time where it was supposed to be happy and we were supposed to be celebrating this really exciting time in our life, when I'm having pregnancy cravings and hormones and the baby kicking, he wasn't there for that. And that just put even more strain on things. And I remember one day we were waiting on the tax return, right? We were waiting because at that time the tax return meant a lot. And so that's when we were going to buy the baby, our first child's, crib and diapers and clothes, because we just didn't have the money to do that. And we were waiting on the tax return, and my husband didn't pay some parking tickets, and we didn't get that tax return. And I felt like that was the breaking point. I remember so clearly calling my mom, just bawling, like, something has got to change. I can't do this anymore. This was not what we had envisioned. We were hardworking. We had gone to college. We had full-time jobs and things. This is how it was looking. And we were starting a family. That's what we had always envisioned. We thought we were doing everything right, but it felt so wrong. And I was just under this impression that I needed to go to work for someone else. That's why I had gone to school. And that's why for many, many years, I had gone to school and acquired so much student loan debt. And I thought, I'm going to do kind of what my parents did. I'm going to go and I'm going to work there until I retire. Like, that's business. Until I saw that there's a different way. There are different opportunities. Business is changing. It doesn't have to be the way that it was. But it came down to one decision. So even though I was 3 months pregnant, I was just ready for a change. And so for me, it started with making myself a priority. Decided, like, it doesn't matter, I am pregnant, but I can make myself a priority, because becoming a mom is setting that example to my kids that me taking care of me is the best thing that I can do for myself and for my family. And the thing that I loved about Beachbody is that Nikki said is that they embraced a healthy lifestyle. I had done the quick fixes and the fads and the pills and the shots before. That didn't work. But what worked for me is that no matter what stage of life that I'm in, with pregnancies, post C-section, 2 babies now. It didn't matter that Beachbody had something for everybody. There are pre and postnatal workouts. There are modifiers in all of the workouts. You do it to fit your lifestyle. And that's what I love, that I got the fitness that fit my lifestyle. I got the meal plans that were not a diet, the meal plans that my family could get on board with, that my daughter and I made pizzas last night that are on the meal plan, that I didn't have to starve. And then I was surrounded by this huge community of other people living healthy and taking care of themselves. And I log into Facebook and there's no more negativity like there was. It's all of these moms doing push-ups with their kids on their back and empowering each other and encouraging each other and sharing recipes and achieving things that I wanted to achieve. And I knew that this was the place for me. And it just started with the health and fitness in the beginning for me. It started with wanting to take care of myself through my pregnancies and after. And here I am, after 2 babies and 2 C-sections, I'm exclusively breastfeeding. I can confidently say I'm in the best shape of my life. And I still have some baby weight to lose, but I'm the healthiest and most confident I have ever been in my life. My marriage is the strongest that it's ever been. We own our time. 6 years later, I have quit my job. I quit my job 3 years ago. My husband quit his job 2 years ago. This is it. This is our life. This is what we were doing, what we had always envisioned. But this has been the vehicle to allow us to have this freedom. Like Nikki said, paid for trips. This will be our 5th. Well, each year there's quite a few trips that Beachbody sends us on, but this is the 5th year that we've received, some paid for trips by Beachbody that they send my entire family on. How cool is that to make memories on Beachbody's dime just for doing something that I already love? We've completely paid off all of our debt, all of that student loan debt gone. We have given ourselves 100, 200, 300% raise year after year, earning close to $500,000 a year. And I don't share that lightly. This has taken 6 years of, treating this like a business. I treated this just like I did my college degree, 4 years, 6 years, 7 years total. I treated it just the same that I would anything else. I treated this just like a job, just like an investment in my future, but it has paid and rewarded us so much more. I get to be there for drop off and pick up and volunteering, and my son is 10 months and I get to be there for every little thing, big and small. His first time crawling, his first steps, when he's sick, I don't have to call out. Like, that is something that is priceless, that I could never have working for someone else, and that I'm thankful that I got over my stubbornness and I took the leap of faith and I did this. And the only regret that I have is that I waited so long. I was kicking myself. Why did you wait so long, Tara? But I understand it has to be a timing thing. It had to be right. And so even 3 months pregnant, I jumped in. And so, I think about some of the things that this business has brought, the vacations and the community, and I have time to prep healthy foods every day and have a nice lunch with my husband out by the pool, and see other women changing their lives through health and fitness, and working out on a cruise ship here we did, and getting in the best shape of my life, and doing it around so many other women who are achieving great things. And so, I'm going to kick it over to Whitney because I'm excited for you to hear her story. So let me stop this share. Okay, sister, it's all you.
Awesome. Well, yeah, how can you not be incredibly inspired listening to these women talk? I'm so excited. My name's Whitney Atkinson. I'll pop up a little thing as well for you. I'm terrible. Let me see if I can actually do this right. Nope, because I'm terrible at this. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to see if I can figure it out. And if not, I'm just going to roll with it. I'll start sharing my story while I'm pulling on it, and I'll mess around. But so I have been coaching for 10 months now, and it's been amazing because when I first started, you guys forget the screen share. Let me look one more place. I don't want to waste your time. We're not going to mess with it. Okay, so when we first, oh, there it is. Look at me being so tech savvy. See, this is not my gift, which is why, this is not my thing. But look, there's my pretty family. Yay, can you guys see it? Okay, so this is my family. I have 3 little girls. They are 6, 4, and that cheese ball at the top is 2. And I've been married to my husband for 10 and a half years now. His name's Paul. And I worked full time, and then with each kid, I started working a little less and a little less. And when I had my 2-year-old, I was able to become a contract employee for a local nonprofit. So I was working from home and kind of a part-time event planner for them. And I did that up until just this past August. I was able to stop doing that and just focus on Beachbody full-time. I started coaching in April and then was able to stop and kind of replace that part-time income in August, September, which was really exciting. So now I'm like a full-time stay-at-home mom. I have been for a couple of years now, it feels like, and I'm a pastor's wife, so very busy, super involved in our community in a large church here. I'm a worship leader. I sing every Sunday, about every other weekend. I wrote I'm a social butterfly. I would almost say I'm like I overcommit on play dates and coffee with girlfriends. I never say no to things like that. I love just like the social side of things. I love to be around people and be interacting with people. And because of that, I'm definitely an avoider of cleaning. That's just who I am. It's a trouble. I need a cleaning lady. I realize that. That's one of my goals for this year. But that's just a little bit of who I am. Also a total lover of coffee. I should have put that on there just to hear more about me. For those of you watching, you're like, yep, coffee addict. There we go. But I jumped into coaching last April. I started like basically April 1st. And to kind of share a little bit of my backstory, I was one of those girls that, if I had a small goal, like if I wanted to lose a couple pounds or, like get a tighter stomach before the summer or whatever those little goals were, I could totally set my mind to it. And I would go to the gym or do a workout video, just like a random thing. And I would meet that goal. It was usually just a couple pounds here and there or something. And then as soon as I met that goal, I would stop. Like I would quit. I had no reason to keep going. I was a terrible eater. Like every meal included, probably like a typical just American girl eater. I had cereal for breakfast, a sandwich and chips and fruit for lunch, ice cream after dinner, like every night. That was just a part of my life. So not a huge eater or an overeater, but just like definitely not healthy. Like overdid it on sweets all the time. Just nothing healthy. So a terrible eater. In college, we used to go to the gym and then go to Wendy's. And not like Wendy's for like a salad and a water, like Wendy's for like a burger and fries and a Diet Coke. Like that was just me. I kind of just thought, oh, sweet, as long as I'm working out, I'm good to go. So yeah, always starting and stopping, never committing full through. I think I was like that in a lot of areas of my life. I'd start a book and then never finish it. Or I'd say I wanted to get my house clean that day and I'd get one room done and then get distracted with other things. So just not a lot of discipline in my life. That's definitely been a weakness of mine over the course of the years. And then of course I started having kids and that exhaustion kicked in and the tiredness and the stress of raising 3 really small kids. At one point I had a brand new baby, a 1.5-year-old and a newly 4-year-old. And it threw me for a loop just mentally. And so after having my 3rd daughter, Presley, after a couple of months, I remember just saying, I don't feel like myself. And it wasn't postpartum. It was just that feeling of like, I cannot get ahead of myself. I feel like I'm always behind and I don't feel great with my body. And I was physically struggling to parent 3 kids. Like, I guess I just wasn't strong enough and things were hurting. My shoulder and my lower back kept giving out. And I was like having to go to the chiropractor all the time because I feel like my body just wasn't strong enough. So it just hit me one day and I was like, if I don't change my daily habits, I am never going to be the mom that I have wanted to be my whole life. Like it was my dream to be a mom and I love all these kids running around me, even though it's crazy sometimes. Like this was the dream that I was living, and yet I didn't feel like I was really living in the moment because of all these extra factors in my life. So I had a couple friends on Facebook who were Beachbody coaches, and I just followed their journey. And they're always talking about their portion containers and showing me these awesome meals that I was like, well, that doesn't look like a diet. Like I didn't really get it. And showing me these chocolate shakes that they said were healthy. And for my sweet tooth, I was like, okay, tell me more. And showing me these short at-home workouts, like these 22, 30-minute workouts. And I would finally, I was just like, okay, I've had enough. I've got to figure this out. So I reached out to someone. I'm like, tell me more, get me started, forget it. I had tried the gym first. I meant to say that. And my now 2-year-old screamed the entire time to where the ladies would pop out and be like, you need to come get her. You know, like that embarrassing where you're like running and you're like, please, 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 like nobody see me. I was just like horrified. So it was just like, forget it. There's nothing for me. I can't go to the gym. I can't do this. Like I was like throwing myself a pity party. So I finally reached out to a friend of mine who was a coach, and I'm like, just get me started. And so for once in like, you know, whatever, 31 years at the time, I was like, for once, I'm going to commit to something 100% for these 21 days. Like I always quit on myself. I always like cheat because I feel like it's fine and I deserve it. And I just finally jumped in. I did the 21-day fix, which is 30-minute workouts from my living room, the eating plan, and the shakes. And I was like, here we go. Let's just see what happens. And it was really hard. It was not easy. I was eating differently, but I was learning through that. And I'm sure those of you who have done these programs before, you learn like, wow, this is not cutting out the things I love to eat. This is teaching me how to eat right. I didn't realize I wasn't getting enough veggies or protein. No wonder I was exhausted all the time. And all of these things were just like waking me up. And because I got into a discipline of waking up a few minutes before my kids would, I felt like I started my day, not like crying children or kids at my face asking for food. That wasn't my alarm clock anymore. I was waking up some days even just 15 minutes before the first one would hear me. But at least I felt like I was taking ownership of who I was as a mom. And then I was like back to being Whitney again. I was like, okay, my mom life doesn't have to control my whole world. I can take ownership of who I am. So once I did that, I was like, I'm sold. This is amazing. These programs work. I can't keep this quiet. I want to shout it out. And in college, I have this degree in counseling. I have this master's degree in counseling. I have a huge heart for people. Here I am at home. Like, how amazing would this be if I could cheer other people on just like me? So I thought about it for probably like 2 months. And then finally one night, my husband and I were sitting on the couch. I still remember. He looked at me. He's like, I never heard you talk about something like this. Sign up now. And I literally just grabbed my computer and did it. We were like, all right, here we go. This is crazy. So I jumped in. I started coaching, and within the first week, like a week later, I remember we were at the kitchen table and I like have tears in my eyes. I'm like, I never knew this is what it would be like. It was unreal to hear people's stories and have people be open with you about their stories. And then for me to be able to come to them and say, awesome, like, let's do this together. Like, it was empowering for them. It was empowering for me to play a part in someone's life change. And I feel like when you think about like, okay, who am I as a person, and what are my like life goals, or who do I want to be in this life? And for me, I've always said, like, I just want to help people. I want to help people move to the next step. I want to help with their life change, no matter what that is. And this coaching job, it's so much more than just helping people get a 6-pack or like helping people like get buff or anything like that. It's so much more than that. It's about helping moms feel confident again after having babies. It's about wives feeling confident around their husbands. It's about, men taking over their eating habits and taking control over that. There's so many extra factors that are like mental. It's not just physical. And for me, that just like fueled me. And so like Dara was saying, like, I treat this as a job. I'm a stay-at-home mom who manages to squeeze in these moments of work. And because I treat it like a job, it is a sacrifice. I do wake up early and I do take time, and I'll tell you how I do that in just a minute. But because it's so life-giving, it doesn't feel like a job. Like, you don't feel like you're dreading having to sit down and talk to people about their life, because it does. It's something that just like fuels who you are. And how do I do it as a stay-at-home mom? It's crazy. Of course it's crazy. Goodness, the only reason my kids are not in the shot right now is because I got a babysitter for them. Like, they're normally in all of our videos that I do with these girls because they're just little snuggly bunnies that have to be right in my every moment, and they like the camera. So if you follow me on Facebook, they're in all my videos. Any picture I take, their faces in the background. So what I do personally is I try to wake up earlier than them, and I spend some time talking with my challengers and sending out invites to people who are interested in being on this journey with me. And I schedule out my week. Like on Sunday nights or Saturday nights, I sit down and I'm like, how is my week different? Do I have any early morning play dates? Do I have things going on with my husband in the evening? And I take those 20 minutes and I schedule out my week. Okay, I'm going to spend an hour this morning, but Tuesday mornings are kind of crazy. So maybe I'll work in the evening on Tuesdays after the girls go to bed because Paul's out that night anyways. You know, I kind of take a look at my week. I do some work in the mornings on my computer as the girls kind of start to wake up. It's pretty quiet. And then usually in that after lunch spot, they either have rest time or they're kind of playing quietly after they've eaten. And I'll sit down for about 20 minutes, check in with my challengers, maybe send a few, connection things just to connect with people. And then sometimes when I'm cooking dinner, my third one's home and they're off playing and I can respond to a few messages or get a post up for the night, maybe about food as I'm cooking. And then after the girls go to bed, I'll do a quick look. And not every night, some nights I will put my phone on mute and stick it in another room and sit down and enjoy, a movie or just enjoy relaxing time. But it's not, but it's there if I need to do it. And if not, if I've gotten it all done, then I feel great and I don't worry about it. So it's one of those things that you do make some sacrifices here and there, but it's mostly just like you would any normal part-time job. You do part of your job and then you go on from there. But what I also wanted to share about is just kind of what we do as coaches. Let me hit this next slide for you. It's taking a minute and I'll get there. So what we do as coaches, I'll kind of start by saying what we don't do as coaches. Sorry, it's kind of reconnecting. It'll get there. Obviously, I'm not tech savvy. I need an assistant, apparently, just to sit here and do all my beautiful tech magic. What we don't do as coaches, though, let me look at my notes here since it's not popping up. Oh, yeah, we're not personal trainers, and we don't claim to be. Yay! We don't claim to be personal trainers. Like, that's not our job. We work with personal trainers to give people the best content. We're not nutritionists. No, we don't know everything. We're just learning ourselves. And, as coaches, like we don't have to keep this big inventory. We don't have to own every DVD, every shake. We don't have to own every little thing. We just don't have to worry about all that kind of stuff. What we get to do as coaches is first off, just commit to us. I'm going to commit to eating well and I'm going to commit to working out. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm going to help and inspire others as they do the same thing. That's seriously like the foundation for what we do as coaches. If I'm not doing it myself, why would anyone want to join me, So I'm communicating the tools that I use. I'm showing my workouts on my Facebook account. When I have friends over, I'm cooking, the snacks that I'm setting out during a play date, I'm like, hey, that snack is actually it's actually like a clean eating banana bread, and you're communicating the tools that we're using as we learn to live this healthy lifestyle. Doesn't mean we don't mess up. Yes, I still go out for ice cream, but for the most part, we're just showing people this is what a lifestyle of healthy life looks like. We host accountability groups as coaches. We're not their specific trainer and their nutritionist, but what we do is we give them the tools from these amazing trainers and nutritionists, and then we cheer them on and we teach them how to use these portion containers. We teach them great recipes for their shakes. We help communicate creating a great schedule for your workouts, and what we do is we just kind of keep people accountable. And what's amazing, I mentioned we don't keep inventory. So honestly, the only financial investment is in your own fitness and health. Like, for real, the only thing that I'm truly investing in is my own Shakeology to make sure I'm getting that superfood shake every day that's basically like a salad and it tastes like chocolate, which has changed my entire world. And I'm investing in the workout programs that I want for myself and then going from there. How do coaches make money? I know that's a huge one. We're not even going to pretend like it's an elephant in the room. We know that you guys are all like, okay, this sounds awesome, but then how do you actually make your money? So here's just a few little things. You've heard us share about it before. Coaches do get commission from the programs and products that people order through us. So we all get our own kind of coach account and website, and what people will do is you'll send people a link to your website after you've communicated with them and figured out a great program, and then when they order that, you do get commission from that. And then as you start to build a team and become a team leader and you have coaches on your team that you're cheering on and investing in and training and teaching, and like we've said, it's like so amazing to be around all these women, then you will start to earn these are all words you don't understand, I know that, a team cycle bonus. But basically, as your team does better, you start to get some funds from that as well as you're leading them. That'll kind of come through there. long story. And then as you start to grow in your business and you start to rank advance, there are some quarterly bonuses. There are some other big bonuses that come as you start to grow your business that come just for you being a certain rank. And then vacations, which we've all talked about. I was so excited to get an email last week that said, congratulations, you've earned a trip to Mexico for 2. And I was just like, I'm sorry, what? I didn't even know that was an option for me. And so unbelievable opportunity to earn a trip to the Hard Rock Cafe in Riviera Maya, Mexico for my husband and I for doing what I love to do. It was all about the people I invested in. It wasn't about my rank advance or the money I made. It was all about you've been investing in so many people, so we want to say thank you. So super, super incredible. So how do you get started as a coach? Oh, my pretty little graphics. I love stick people. If you guys know me at all, you'll know that like any birthday card, stick people. So if you want me to send you a birthday card, let me know because I draw amazing stick figures. It's a hidden talent. I know. But okay, how do you get started? So there is a $40 coach fee that you could just pop right on, sign on with this $40 coach fee, and voila, you're a coach. But what's amazing is that Beachbody is like, okay, we know it's not just about being a coach. We know it's about you and your fitness and your lifestyle. So we have these packages called challenge packs, and you get a new workout program, you get portion containers, and a 30-day supply of Shakeology. And when you order that, to get yourself started, they will waive that entire coach fee. So you're not even paying to sign up as a coach. You basically just get to get started with yourself and you're a coach. Like it's all included. There are beyond that initial, new program that you order, the only other fees included are there's a monthly business fee of $15.95 that starts the second month. And that's just a monthly business fee. It helps you keep up with all like your business. We have a coach office. We have all of these tools and resources and training, and it keeps your website running and all those kind of things. So pretty small fee considering all of the things that we get from it. And that's it. If you wanted to order Shakeology, you can, and you get 25% off. If you want new programs, you can, all those things. That would be something up to you. The $15.95 is the only requirement to maintain your coach. You don't have to have any minimum sales requirements. You don't have to rank advance in a certain amount of time. It's all just about you sharing your journey and seeing if people want to join you, which is really awesome. Very low risk and just empowering when it comes to what you get to do. It's all about helping people. Our next coach training as a team, we come together as a team and help all of our new coaches get started. And that starts February 6th, which is about 2 weeks from now, if I believe. So perfect timing to get ordered. Takes about a week to get your stuff in, check it on over. And then we jump you right into that coach training that we do all on Facebook at your own schedule, your own time. Super great to be a part of. And then my awesome stick figure. So let me explain this super cute visual. But a great way to get started with the challenge pack is what I showed here. This is our all access challenge pack. So it's a new thing Beachbody rolled out at the end of December. And basically you get 12 months all access membership to Beachbody On Demand, which is our online streaming workouts. You get every single workout Beachbody has ever created, and I'll show you all those in a minute, through website, iPad, iPhone app, Apple TV type products, anything, kind of like Netflix. And what they're saying is that for $199, they will give you the year of Beachbody On Demand, a 30-day supply of Shakeology, the portion containers, the eating guide, the shake cup, and then you have your coach, the person who invited you to this tonight, who would not only be your coach, but also be your mentor and your trainer as you got started. So that's an awesome way to get started because you immediately start with every single Beachbody workout program that they've ever created. And here's just a list of everything. So when you're connecting with people who are interested, you can be like, oh yeah, I know about PIO, because you can go click on your Beachbody On Demand and peek at it really quick to be able to communicate it. So this is what I love. It not only gives us the flexibility to try all these different workout programs, but it also is a great way for us to communicate something we maybe wouldn't have known about before. So super kind of a great way to get started. Most people do get started with some type of challenge pack as opposed to just the $40 coach fee, mostly because then you're you're investing in your health and your fitness right away, and you have all these great resources to show people as you get started. So I'm super, super excited for all these opportunities. We didn't know if you guys had any questions or if you wanted to open it up here. You can go ahead and just click the unmute button and ask. And of course, get with the coach who invited you to this and talk out your questions, because I know we've been talking at you for a really long time. So let us know how we can help. Any questions? I start to make faces if not. So are you sure? My coaches are like, please don't. And I'll sit here and just be like, until someone asks something. So nothing today. All right.
Oh, my family is vegan. How does that work with this? Great question.
You want me to answer, or you got it?
Either way. So, well, I'll just speak from my experience. My husband and I converted over from the regular Shakeology to the vegan Shakeology. So instead of whey protein as the protein source in Shakeology for the regular, the protein source for vegan is sprouted brown rice. And all of our programs, especially our focus around, like Whitney said, the 21-day fix containers, all of them have vegan and vegetarian meal plans. And Pinterest, amazing. Google, amazing. If you just type in 21-day fix vegan meal plans, everything is broken down according to the containers and helping you make sure that you're still meeting your body's needs to fuel and sticking in line kind of with your vegan priorities. So you can still make that work for you. Good question. Anybody else? I mean, like we said, you just make this fit for your lifestyle. And I think that's the beautiful thing about, you know, no matter where you are in your journey or what your priorities are or what your lifestyle is like, there's something for everybody here at Beachbody. And I think that's what I loved, is that you just make it work for you. I love seeing the little babies in the screen. Any other questions? I'm 6 weeks pregnant with number 3. How would I be a coach? Good question, Kristen. So if you heard my story, I was 3 months pregnant. So just a little bit beyond where you are now. And that's the thing, I think. So, and I also was pregnant with my second baby as a coach, and I probably had the biggest success in my business being pregnant while, you know, being a coach, because I think that was where moms felt so connected, was really wanting to be healthy and have a healthy pregnancy. And really that for me, just being able to embrace what Beachbody had, like I said, the pre and postnatal workouts that are available. Autumn Calabrese created those. Those are available to the Beachbody On Demand, like Whitney said. All of the workouts I could do pretty much all the way up, and I worked out until the very day that I delivered. But for me, getting behind Shakeology and fueling my body and my baby with the superfoods and the vitamins and the nutrients was super important to me, along with the healthy lifestyle and the workouts that I could do. And each day was different. Some days I didn't feel that well, so I just did some light stretching, and other days I was able to do the prenatal workouts, and other days I was able to do something just a little bit more and follow a modifier, or maybe even doing the full program. But each day was different, and I had those options available. And so I think opening yourself up and sharing your journey as you're going through it. I mean, I was inspired by seeing so many other moms who are pregnant taking care of themselves, that there were options out there to do that. And I think just having a willingness to share that journey, to share your journey through pregnancy is really powerful. And you have a platform here on social media to do that. And that's my 2 cents. Maybe Whitney or Nikki have some other feedback.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think people like to see your mom life in action.
Yeah.
See another question.
Family of 5, we're on a tight budget. How did your grocery costs increase as you adjusted to the meal plans? Speaking for myself, when we were on a tight budget with just a baby on the way, like I said, we were struggling really bad financially. For us, it was kind of a shift in spending. For us, we can go to the grocery store and buy at Costco, you know, bulk protein and eggs and veggies and, you know, the produce, our veggies and our fruits and brown rice and quinoa, and buying in bulk really enabled us to make meals throughout the week that we could just heat and go. And so we were actually saving money because we had a plan in place. We were following the meal plans. We were shopping according to the grocery list to kind of have those meals that we planned out, not eating out, not hitting the drive-through, not hitting Starbucks. So for us, it was kind of a shift. You know, like I said, we were struggling bad financially, but come to when we looked at our finances, we were spending the money. I mean, for us, I'm just speaking from my experience. We were spending the money on eating out and hitting the drive-through because we didn't have a plan. We weren't following meal plans. We didn't have things in the crock pot for dinner. We were just kind of like, you know, here, there, everywhere. And that stuff really started to add up. So for our family, it was a shift in spending. So I don't know about Whitney or Nikki, what you want to contribute.
Yeah, you know, once we started eating healthier, we stopped spending money. Like it wasn't $3.50 on Cheetos anymore, and it wasn't $2 on a Pepsi, a 2 liter of Pepsi. And you know, like once you start cutting out those things, I was replacing that with, you know, it's terrible to compare cucumbers to Cheetos. I realize that, but you know, like the healthier foods, the strawberries, those kind of things are replacing the other things. And so when we made the full switch, it really did make a difference for us. And it kind of like was a wash.
It was a wash for us too. We stopped eating out. We stopped going to the gas stations, the drive-thrus, all that stuff. When that stopped for us, I have noticed zero difference in our grocery bill.
Exactly. Okay, thank you. We are so glad that you took the time to hop on. Like we said, if you have any other questions, get with the coach that invited you. They can answer those questions, or shoot myself, Whitney, or Nikki a message, and we'll be happy to answer. Our coach training starts on Monday, February 6th. We'd love to help you get started on your success story. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.